Yo, have you ever been accused of doing something that you obviously didn't do? Like speeding, for instance. You might have been on the highway doing about 5 over the speed limit. Let's say you were doing 75, speed limit is 70, but a state trooper stops you only to say you were doing about 85. They increase it not by a little bit, but by a whole lot. Now you get a ticket. You don't fight it in court because you say, what's the point? What's the use in fighting this trooper? Let me just pay this ticket and go about my business. Well, troopers are coming out and stating that they are being forced to ruin people's lives by falsely accusing them of DUIs in order to meet their quotas. And this is happening especially in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, this is what we are about to view. And I want you to pay close attention to how someone who is innocent can be deemed guilty in the court of law when they didn't even actually do anything. Before we get into this video, though, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, then we're going to send these state troopers after them. Let's see what they have to say for themselves, because I'm curious to find out as to how you are accused of a DUI without any proof or evidence.
This is corruption. We're ruining people's lives. We're being forced to ruin people's lives.
Former state troopers are coming forward tonight, blowing the whistle, they say, on a quote.
And we have to be honest. I know that some of y'all have actually been driving under the influence. Let's be real about that, because you go clubbing, you go to a party, you have a few drinks, more than 1, more than 2, more than 3, and you're inebriated, so you get behind that wheel and you drive home. Now, what actually happens when you get caught, but you're not even drunk, you're not even under the influence, but you're still forced to admit that you're guilty of something without fighting it?
We told you about Thomas Manis's arrest, and Stephanie Fair's, and Candace Slade's.
And I'm so happy, so glad that there are people actually coming out and speaking against this. State troopers, y'all have to understand something. You may not like the cops, you may not like the police, but there are actually good ones out there. There's good police out here and there's bad police. Some will come out, some will have the courage to step up and come out and speak about the injustices that are happening to people. That's the only way for us to fix a broken system. But when you stay quiet, you remain complicit, you are just as guilty as those bad officers.
Arrest every DUI that you can get your hands on.
We've always thought this was a great thing because you want to get drunk drivers off the road. Do you feel like that this push to...
Y'all know why they do this, right? It looks good on Captain Patrick Turner's jacket. When he goes for another job or a promotion, guess what? How did he meet the quota? This looks really good. This looks especially good for those in higher positions, because now it looks like they're tough on crime and doing their job by filling these quotas. Oh, you have what? 500, 600, 700 DUIs this year alone? Every year, all your troopers have to meet the quota of 100 DUIs, even though they are getting people who don't have DUIs. Do you see how much pressure this puts on the state troopers? Because now I have to go out there and collect DUIs. That's what they're doing. They're collecting DUIs. They are not actually catching people who are under the influence, even though you may come across a few, because it's a numbers game. If I stop 500 people, at least 100 of them are probably going to be DUIs. Let's be honest. At least 100 of them. 500 people throughout the year. That's a lot of people. So I understand why these troopers feel like they have to meet these quotas.
Also talks about consequences when it comes to how many DUI arrests are made, as well as contacts, meaning drivers pulled over each shift.
Exactly.
You turn in 33 DUIs for a year and 1.7 contacts, you're going to get spanked.
But despite what you just heard, this is what the THP emailed us. Quote, the Tennessee Highway Patrol does not have or use quotas for traffic stops, citations, or arrests. And there's more.
Okay, that makes sense. They're former troopers. That makes a lot of sense. So that means you have current troopers that aren't saying shit. They are keeping quiet. And y'all have to understand that I guess it's about keeping your job. That's exactly what it is. Just like they give these quotas and show you that you are not meeting the quota and someone else is beating you, of course you want to keep your job. They need to pay their bills, so they're going to do what they have to do in order to meet that quota. It's a competition. So now you're stopping people who aren't even under the influence.
The advantage of arresting somebody, whether they're really drunk or not, is I continue to get that premium overtime.
So does that translate to troopers feeling like,
more money,
if I'm working this shift, I've got to find somebody to arrest?
Yes.
Absolutely.
For full transparency, both Potts and Smith were fired by the THP. Potts pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of a single car accident involving his personal vehicle.
I made a mistake. I had to crash off.
Oh, there goes his credibility. Of course, that's exactly what the THP is going to say. Tennessee Highway Patrol. He was fired. He was terminated from his post. So how can you believe what this man is saying about meeting these quotas?
Duty.
And the THP is seeking to decertify Smith, accusing her of helping a family member to get out of a DUI.
See, again, credibility shot. Her credibility is now shot. She's accused of helping a family member get out of a DUI. So how can you believe what this state trooper or ex-state trooper is saying? Both of these ex-state troopers were terminated, not unfairly, not unjustly, for reasons of corruption. He left the scene of an accident involving his own vehicle, and she is accused of helping a family member get out of a DUI. Credibility thrown out the window.
She's fighting that claim before the state.
The THP may simply say that you're just a disgruntled employee.
Facts.
And that's why you're coming
That's
forward.
what I just said.
I would have said something before if it wouldn't have been career suicide for me.
As for what the THP says,
it's all about perception. How the public sees things right now. They just look like two disgruntled employees who were terminated and are angry and mad. But just like that female state trooper said, it would be career suicide if I did come out and speak about it when I was a state trooper. We understand that, and that's why I said people have to come out and speak against injustices, things that are not fair, especially in positions of power. But a lot of people will not say anything because it's career suicide.
I think they really don't care about the citizens. I think they care about the way it looks.
That's a fact. They definitely care about how it looks. The THP commanding officers can say that these are disgruntled employees all they want. And that's exactly what it looks like. But at the same time, you cannot fight the evidence and the hard proof, which they now have. And they have sent to the THP, who is refusing to comment on it. Why? Because they know that they are guilty of this. You cannot argue the facts, folks. So be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel and stop speeding, because you will get stopped, especially if you are in Tennessee and you're not under the influence. They're probably going to say that you are under the influence. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.